The US is sending a game changer that could significantly change everything in the Iran war. And it's not just any warship. Meet the USS Tripoli. The USS Tripoli, also known as LHA-7, is not your typical warship. This isn't just another ship in the Navy. It's a floating military base built for modern warfare. At over 800 feet long and nearly 45,000 tons, the Tripoli is massive. But size isn't what makes it dangerous. What makes this ship different is what it's designed to do. It combines the power of an aircraft carrier with the mobility of a troop deployment platform, which means it doesn't just fight wars, it can start them. The Tripoli is built around aviation. Unlike older amphibious ships, it sacrifices some traditional landing space to carry more aircraft, more fuel, and more strike capability. We're talking over 30 aircraft on board, including stealth fighter jets, attack helicopters, and rapid deployment aircraft. This allows the ship to project power, not just at sea, but deep into land territory. And it's not defenseless either. It's equipped with advanced missile defense systems, close-in weapon systems, and layered protection against incoming threats. So if something gets too close, it can defend itself fast. In simple terms, the USS Tripoli is built to move quickly, strike hard, and support full-scale combat operations anywhere in the world. But the USS Tripoli doesn't operate alone, because on board is something even more important, a Marine Expeditionary Unit, also known as a MEU. This is where things start to get serious. A MEU typically consists of around 2,000 to 2,500 Marines. But these aren't just regular troops. This is a fully self-contained, combat-ready force. They have everything they need to deploy, fight, and sustain operations without relying on outside support. That includes ground combat units, aviation support, and full logistics teams, all working together as one unit. This is why they're often called America's 911 force, because when something happens, anywhere in the world, this is the force that gets sent first. Fast, flexible, and ready for anything. In many deployments, the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit operates with the Tripoli, which means this ship isn't just carrying weapons, it's carrying an entire war-ready force, capable of launching operations from sea to land in a matter of hours. And that's exactly why people are paying attention to this deployment. So why send a ship like this to the Iran conflict? The answer starts with one place, the Strait of Hormuz. This isn't just another body of water. It's one of the most important choke points in the entire world. Nearly a fifth of the world's oil passes through this narrow stretch every day, which means if something happens here, the entire global economy feels it. And right now, tensions in this region are rising. We're seeing attacks on ships, threats to block shipping lanes, and increasing military presence on both sides. This is exactly the kind of situation the USS Tripoli is built for, because it doesn't just sit offshore, it can respond fast. It can escort commercial vessels, it can launch air patrols, and if needed, it can deploy Marines directly into the situation. Sea, air, and land, all from one platform. So this deployment isn't random, it's calculated. The US is placing a rapid response force right at the center of a potential global crisis. One of the most powerful features of the USS Tripoli is its air wing. Because this ship isn't just carrying troops, it's carrying serious firepower. On board, you'll find aircraft like the F-35B Lightning II, a stealth fighter jet capable of vertical takeoff, which means it doesn't need a runway. It can launch directly from the ship. This gives the US the ability to strike targets from almost anywhere without warning. Then there's the MV-22 Osprey, a hybrid between a helicopter and an airplane. It can take off vertically and then fly at high speeds over long distances, perfect for transporting troops quickly and efficiently. And alongside that, attack helicopters, transport helicopters, and support aircraft. In some cases, the Tripoli can even operate like a light aircraft carrier, stacked with jets, ready for sustained combat operations. This means it can control the airspace, strike targets deep inland, and provide direct support to Marines on the ground. In a region like Iran, where distance, terrain, and speed all matter, this kind of flexibility is a massive advantage.
Now here's where things get interesting. Because Iran doesn't rely on large warships, it relies on speed. Their strategy is built around fast attack boats, small, agile, heavily armed vessels designed to swarm and overwhelm larger ships. In tight spaces like the Strait of Hormuz, that becomes a real threat. These boats can move quickly, disappear into the coastline, and strike without much warning. And it's not just boats. We're also talking drones, naval mines, and coordinated attacks. This is what's known as asymmetric warfare, and it's exactly the kind of threat traditional naval ships struggle with. But the USS Tripoli is different. With helicopters in the air, drones scanning the water, and Marines ready to deploy at a moment's notice, it can respond to these threats before they escalate. It can track fast-moving targets, intercept them, and neutralize them quickly. Instead of fighting large battleships, this is about controlling chaos in one of the most important waterways on Earth. But there's another layer to this, and it involves a very specific location: Karg Island. This small island, sitting off the coast of Iran, is one of the most important oil export hubs in the country. In fact, a large portion of Iran's oil passes through here, which makes it a high-value target. Now, nothing has been confirmed, but when a ship like the USS Tripoli is deployed, people start thinking about possibilities. Because this ship was built for one thing in particular: amphibious assault. That means launching forces from sea directly onto land. The Marines on board are trained specifically for this. They can deploy using helicopters or fast landing craft and establish control very quickly. So when you look at a location like Karg Island and you look at a ship like the Tripoli, you start to understand why people are connecting the dots. Because this isn't just about presence, it's about capability. And this leads to the biggest question. Does this mean boots on the ground? Because every time a Marine Expeditionary Unit is deployed, this conversation starts. Now here's the reality. AMEU is not designed for full-scale invasion. It's not large enough to take and hold an entire country. But that's not its purpose. Its purpose is speed, flexibility, and immediate response. These Marines can secure key locations, conduct targeted operations, and respond to threats within hours, not days, hours. So while this doesn't automatically mean a ground invasion is coming, it does mean something important. The US now has the ability to put boots on the ground very quickly if the situation escalates. And that's what people are reacting to. Because this isn't just a defensive move, it's a signal that the US is ready for whatever comes next. At the end of the day, the USS Tripoli is more than just a ship. It's a complete system. Air power, ground forces, and rapid response capability all combined into one platform. Its presence alone changes the situation because it gives the US options to defend, options to respond, and if necessary, options to escalate. From protecting global shipping routes to countering fast-moving threats to potentially launching operations on land, this ship can do all of it. And in a region as volatile as the Iran conflict, that matters a lot.
Because in moments like this, it's not just about what's happening right now. It's about what could happen next.